So you're thinking about powering up your Pokemon. I want to make sure that you don't make these costly mistakes in Pokemon Go when taking a Pokemon, powering it up too fast, or whatever the situation is, before it is ready to do so, and before it's matured, or maybe if it's not so relevant. So you know what time it is. Welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below. Are you curious about what I'm talking about here? Because I want to make sure that you guys are always proactive, you get the most out of Pokemon Go, and most importantly, you don't make any errors that could be costly, because Pokemon Go takes time. It is not a game where you can buy Stardust, you can buy candy. I mean, you can buy the process to get those things, but you have to invest the time to be able to get them. It's not like you can go into the shop and be like, hey, here's $100, let me get 1,000,000 Stardust. It would be really easy to do that. The game would be unfair, but that is not how the game is structured. So that means you're investing your time, effort, money, and resources into getting these specific things. And Stardust being one of the hottest commodities in the game, I want to make sure that you guys know exactly what I recommend when spending my Stardust, why I've gotten and gathered so much Stardust, and how I've kind of seen the game evolve over basically 6 years now, to make sure that you don't make any of the errors that I've done, and that you don't power up the wrong Pokemon, or you're not patient enough during the process. So with all that said, if you guys do need more raid battles or whatever that is to help you get more resources, you can definitely check the pinned comments below. All right, so my costly mistakes, I'm gonna hit you guys with number one right off the bat, because I want to make sure you guys know exactly what's going on. I am going to say that you are not patient enough. And the reason why I am saying lacking patience, you guys have heard me say this over and over and over again, that Pokemon Go is all about patience. It is a game of patience. If you have patience, you will win. If the game takes your patience away or influences you outside of patience, you will always be losing, and you will always be following something that is not going to be attainable to you. So you might as well drop it right now, disregard the FOMO, and start going after the things that are going to help you the most in Pokemon Go. All right, so number one, they aren't patient. Why am I saying this right now? We are in the middle of Mewtwo battles. If you are here after Mewtwo, it can apply to any raid boss at any time or any type of thing. And sometimes you might get something like a 96% IV shiny, and you're going to get a 98% IV regular one. And I've seen this in my chat multiple times, so shout out for everybody that has asked me this question that inspired this video. Should I power up a 96% IV shiny, or should I power up a 98% IV? Well, before I give you the answer to that question, I really want to question your thinking behind this, is because number one, are you going to continue to raid for this Pokemon? Are you going to lucky trade for this Pokemon? Are you going to swap those lucky shinies in those lucky trades? Because if your answer is yes to any of those questions, my answer to that first question is don't do anything with those Pokemon as of right now. Let the entire cycle of each raid boss go before you decide to power up a Pokemon. So like right now, Mewtwo, we are about 4 days into Mewtwo, and I'm gonna show you guys something. So let's get into the game. Shout out to beautiful Southern California. This place is gorgeous. Let me just show you guys this real quick. Doesn't really get much better than that. I don't know. The day is beautiful. All right, it is Father's Day. We are filming this in advance, so we have Mewtwo right here. All right, so we're gonna do Mewtwo and age 0 through 10. So this is gonna be all the Mewtwo's that we've done in the last 10 days. Okay, don't judge me here. So we have 125 Mewtwo's caught, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and search by CP. So I have a 2969. I don't know what this is. Okay, that's a 96% IV. So some of you guys may be like, oh, I got a 96. I have 296 XL candy. Just remember, guys, XL candy, you are paying virtually $50 to max out every legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Go. $50 as of right now. So that's gonna be the weather boost. Then let's go to the non-weather boost. So I'm gonna pop this guy up here, which I did get on my Twitch stream. If you guys do want to check out my Twitch stream, is twitch.tv/thetrainerclub. We are gonna be Shuno hunting Mewtwo. We're gonna be having a lot of fun. I'll be playing Fortnite over there as well. So if you guys are interested in kind of taking a break from this type of content and connecting with me at a more personal level and a little bit different areas and genres of content, check me out over there. Appreciate all you guys. So Mewtwo 98% IV shiny. Like this is, to me, I'm like, dude, I got a Shundo, basically. Like this is what it feels like to me. I was so hyped when I got this on stream. So then I have another 98. I have another 98. I have a 96. I have a 96. I have a 93. All right, so these Pokemon, if you would look at this and you're like, dude, I got a 98%, I can't, you know, I have 917 XL candy, that's plenty. I have 55.4 million Stardust, let's max it out. And even me, I'm like, I gotta max this right now. And in my being, I'm like, dude, wait, what's the #1 rule in Pokemon Go? Be patient. Because Mewtwo's cycle of being in raid bosses is not done yet. And what I do know is that Mewtwo and Rayquaza are two of the highest producing Shundo rate Pokemon. So imagine if I max out this 98%, which is not a bad thing. And then I get a Shundo, then I have to max out that Shundo, then I wanna max out a Shadow. So now we're looking at, there goes all of my XL candy that I have right now. And if you don't, or haven't rated as much, let's say you just have 296 XL candy, you're like, I'm gonna max out this 96 shiny. And imagine you have 5 shinies, you lucky trade swap all those 5 shiny Mewtwo's, and then you get a Shundo, a shiny lucky Mewtwo. And you're like, oh my god, I don't have any XL candy. I already maxed out this 96. It cost me 500,000 Stardust to max it out, when this one is gonna cost me 250 because it's half the Stardust. That's why being patient is so important. Let the entire raid boss cycle go, and then if you have shinies that you're planning to lucky swap trade, do all of those before you decide to max out a Pokemon. That in itself is gonna be one of the biggest ways to save disappointment, to save Stardust, resources, money, time, effort, and happiness you'll get rewarded in return for being patient in Pokemon Go. That's why I'm harping on this specific point so much. And the next costly mistake in Pokemon Go is the wrong timing. What do I mean by that? That means, let's just say that for the next raid boss, it is going to be a Heatran. And let's not use Mewtwo as an example, because Mewtwo can get Ice Beam, it can get Psystrike, it can get Psychic, it can get Focus Blast, it can get Flamethrower and Thunderbolt. So this Pokemon is an insanely cool Swiss Army knife of a raider. But let's just say that we have Giratina Origin Form, and then we have Darkrai that comes after it, right? And so you get a 100% IV Giratina, and you're stoked about it. You're like, I gotta max it out. It's a 296 XL candy. I paid $50 for this Pokemon. I'm maxing it out. I don't have too much Stardust. You max it out, and then Darkrai is the surprise next Pokemon, and you don't have a shiny Darkrai. You're like, oh, I can't wait. But I don't really have counters, and I want more balls just in case I see the 100, and doing damage gives you more balls when doing raid battles. So now you're like at a depletion of Stardust. There's nothing worse than powering up a Pokemon before it is needed in Pokemon Go. Like right now is a great time to max out a Giratina because it's effective against Mewtwo. And I've had a 98% IV, and that's why I maxed it. If you want to see the video up here, you can check it out, because now it's relevant and it comes into my party well. But if it was against a Darkrai, Ghost is not going to hit Dark typing effectively, so it would not make any sense, right? So as of right now, that is going to be my #2 recommendation, is be patient, stay tuned to all of my counter guides, and when I have a Pokemon, even like a 98% IV Mewtwo that's shiny, I'm gonna max it out, but I have 55 million Stardust. If you're teetering around 0 to 1 million Stardust and you're powering up a Pokemon, then you're all the way down to 500,000, I would suggest just waiting, stacking up your Stardust, and then powering up those Pokemon when necessary, and I probably wouldn't push them all the way to level 50 until you get your Stardust into a healthy, abundant standpoint, maybe at 5 or 10 million, when powering up 500,000 doesn't really affect or shake your foundation. And the next costly mistake is just simply that the Pokemon is not too relevant. I know we all have attachments to certain Pokemon. I have it for Lapras. I've never maxed out a level 50 Lapras yet. #1, I don't have the 296 XL candy. #2, it's not the most relevant Pokemon all the time. So at some point I will. But let's say you got a 100% IV Tapu, one of them, and you're not gonna really ever use that Pokemon because they're stronger grass type Pokemon, they're stronger fairy types of Pokemon, all the different typings that Tapu does get. And you're like, but I got 100% IV and I'm gonna max it out. And then it's like, dude, well, you maxed out 100% IV, which is cool, but it's not the most relevant Pokemon. So you're actually kind of doing yourself a disservice by maxing something instead of waiting, just keeping and holding on to that 100% IV because it's cool. Once you get that healthy amount of Stardust, then that's when you start maxing these Pokemon that are irrelevant. But when you don't have that healthy amount of Stardust, you don't max irrelevant Pokemon, because there's better Pokemon that are gonna help you get more raid balls, that are gonna help you be more effective, and everything like that. #4 is going to be, it will be Outclassed in the future. I do have a playlist up here that's called the top attackers in Pokemon Go. Every time pretty much a raid boss comes out, I do a best of the best video to rank that top attacker in its respective categories. And as Pokemon Go changes, it's effective and smart to stay tuned to that playlist in those videos, because then it's gonna start breaking down, okay, well now there's Megas in the game. Okay, well what happens for Mewtwo? Obviously Mewtwo's an exception because it's a crazy strong Pokemon. But let's take something like the Tapus again as an example, as a grass type attacker. I will rank it in the grass category, and I'll rank it in any of the other categories that it may be dual typed in, or if it has a really strong move in those categories. So then you know, where does it sit right now? And even Mega Pokemon and other Pokemon that may come out in the future, is it going to be able to withstand the test of time? Or is it gonna get outclassed significantly and then it becomes completely irrelevant? Or I will also recommend if it's gonna get outclassed, but it will still be relevant as well. So those type of questions and propositions are gonna help you the most. And then that leads me to number 5, and that's gonna be diminishing your Stardust. There's nothing worse in Pokemon Go than absolutely demolishing all your Stardust and not being abundant in the Stardust category, guys. Just remember, Stardust is one of the best things to have in Pokemon Go, so I want to make sure you guys have as much as possible at all times. That's why I have taken such a long time to get to 50 million. Now I'm at 55 million, and now I'm ready to spend 5 million because I don't really care about being over 50 million at this point. It would be cool to be at 100 million, but I'm not enjoying having really strong Pokemon anymore, and that's taking away from my gameplay, so all my sacrifice can now be fruitful because I am at a way abundant standpoint in Pokemon Go for Stardust. So don't blow your Stardust, don't power up outclassed Pokemon, make sure to take your time, make sure to be patient, and make sure to power up when necessary and when it makes sense to your gameplay in Pokemon Go, in Master League, you've tested your Pokemon and everything like that. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, as always, to all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes their support, subscribe your participation to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and rating all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.